Hey guys, Vince Hurtado here with Trapper Tackle and Frenzy Baits, talking to you about the Elite Model WACK-A-SACK. Going to go into detail about how I like to rig it and some of the presentations that are a little bit more superior than we're used to. And guys, if you like to throw a flick shake, or if you like to throw a shaky head or any type of plastic, I want you to really pay attention to this. Greg Gutierrez actually developed this rig 2 years ago. He hand carved this weight that we can actually tie to, and we can pull over rocks a little bit more easier and cover than we're normally used to. Then what he's done is he's teamed it up with our Trapper Tackle Best in Show winner at ICAST for our drop shot hook. And I want you to look at this. Look how it sits with that weight. Every time you jig it, it comes back to the normal position right next to right on the center of the belly of that weight. There's a reason for this. Greg thought really long and hard about why he was going to team this up with these hooks. Number one, you're always going to be able to keep your bait in that upright position to where the fish want to strike it. Okay, it's going to keep it in a very aggressive position. The bait can actually move forward, side to side. What it can't do is it can't roll. It can't roll to the side because of the way Greg designed the hook and the weight together. Unlike your traditional J-rig, you tie onto an O-ring. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, and I'll go into that a little bit deeper later. But here, this is one of my favorite ways to rig it, which is a nose rig. You'll see some photos. Another way I really like to work it is on a Wacky Rig. Now, something you can do is you can tie in a wacky saddle, which allows us to kind of use a square piece of rubber that actually we can position anywhere on the bait, and we can hook it. And you'll see some of those photos, as I was saying. One thing to really remember is that this is so versatile that we have to keep an open mind. Those of us that like to throw those boot tails down below over the rocks, we normally throw it on like a darter head or a ball head or even a football head. Well, it works, except there's something to think about. When we put that darter head or that ball head, we restrict a third of that boot tail. So now our movement is just the bottom 2/3. With the WACK-A-SACK, because we get to nose hook it, we get 100% fluid motion, side to side, very natural. And then it can actually go up and down. Gonna get you a few more strikes, I guarantee you. I guarantee it. I have to give credit to Ken Ma, because Ken Ma introduced this to me almost 2 years ago, and I got to tell you, I would have never thought about it, but he certainly did. He brought to my attention with the Wacky saddle. Okay, again, this is the Frenzy Wacky saddle. You put that onto your favorite stick bait or your favorite worm, and then what you do is, rather than go through the square piece that we use to wacky rig something, you go through both O-rings and you come through them to where this hook, this happens to be our Trapper Tackle hook, this is the Elite Model WACK-A-SACK, comes through, and it sits in between the second 90 and the third 90 of the hook, so that the hook is 100% exposed the entire time you're fishing. I want you to look at that, guys. I mean, that is awesome. And it won't slip up or down because of the way it's the design of the Trapper Tackle hook. You can use this with a regular round bend, but it's going to move. Something to think about. Don't limit yourself to smaller baits. Use the bigger baits too. I've caught some big fish, guys. This happens to be a caffeine shad. It's really soft, pliable. You nose hook that thing and it goes nuts down there. Really effective. You know, creature baits, again, you can rig these up differently. Okay, so get creative. Remember, we're always trying to put the odds in our favor, and Greg has done that by not only giving us the Elite Model WACK-A-SACK with the Trapper hook, but by the way he designed this. Here's your typical J-rig, right? You have the hook, you have the weight, and you have the O-ring. We normally can jig this around, but the challenge here is that hook can end up on the side of the weight. That's no bueno, okay? Here's another thing that is no bueno. What happens is you hook that fish right here, and you're pulling on that O-ring. What's happening to that weight? It's free. It's hitting the hook. It's hitting the fish. It's hitting the line. There's too much bad stuff that can happen with this. Forget it. I don't want it. You know what? Check out the WACK-A-SACK. Go to trappertackle.com. Go to frenzybaits.com. Hey, go to your favorite dealer, your online dealer. Pick them up. Try them. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see some photos. Follow us on social media. And guys, remember, it's all about putting the odds in our favor and adapting and being a little bit creative. So, hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And you know what? Hope to see you out on the water, and good luck.